Hi, I'm Angela Nicholson, and this is the Leica Monochrom. It's quite an unusual camera. It's one I've been using a little bit recently, and I have to say I've really enjoyed it. So here are 5 things that you need to know about the Leica Monochrom. First up, it can only shoot black and white. And the reason is it doesn't have the coloured filters over the sensor that most other cameras do. So it can't record colour, it can only record brightness. But that means it's able to record more detail than most other 24 million pixel cameras. The next thing is it's a manual focus rangefinder camera with the Leica M mount. That means it's got an optical viewfinder, and as you look through it, if the subject isn't sharp, you'll see 2 images of it, and as you rotate the manual focus ring, they come together, and the aim is to merge them so you've got 1 image. And when you do that, the subject is sharp. The camera's also live view and video enabled, which means that you can compose the image on the rear screen if you want, which seems a little strange at first with a Leica camera like this. But some people might like it, and it's the way you would shoot video. Alternatively, you can use an optional electronic viewfinder, and that just slots in the top. And then you see the live view image in the viewfinder. When you do that, you can see focus peaking, and that can be set to a different colour. I quite like red because it stands out really well against the black and white, and it gives you an alternative method of focusing. Exposure is set using the aperture ring on the lens and the shutter speed dial on the top plate here. If you set the shutter speed dial to A, the camera is then in aperture priority mode, and you just rotate the ring to set it to the value that you want. You can also set exposure compensation, and by default that's done by pressing this button and rotating the dial on the back. But if you want, there's an option in the menu that allows you just to set exposure compensation directly just via this dial. And probably the most important thing about the Leica Monochrom is that it's capable of producing superb results. The JPEGs straight from the camera are often really good, but sometimes you need to underexpose quite a bit to make sure that the highlights are okay. So you need to apply a bit of brightness and maybe a bit of contrast adjustment, and that's usually best done with a DNG file, the raw file that this camera records. And I think that's probably the format that most people would want to use that shoot with the Leica Monochrom. So that's a Leica Monochrom. It's a very expensive camera. It's really unusual in that it just records black and white images, but it's great fun, and you do get some superb results.